welcome to Queerify, formerly known as Quest, a journey to wellness, where we help to demystify what wellness means for cutie BIPOC. And I'm V, aka Love Nest Monster. I'm a two-spirit human, Yaqui and Hopi nations, also Mexipino, a Mexican Filipino, joy influencer, and dad joke connoisseur. All pronouns accepted as well, just in case you were wondering. Today we've got Gangsta Gurry, he, him, back on the pod. And we're going to go through Gemini season. Holy moly, amazing human, author of Tarot for You and Me, a queer deck and guidebook, and also the host of Mystic Moments podcast. So we're actually celebrating a big W for Gary today. We are celebrating 1 year of the release of the tarot deck for You and Me by Gangsta Gurry. Also known as Gigi, because I'll also say Gigi, and if you're like, who the heck is Gigi? Well, I thought we were talking to Gary. Now you know, Gigi and Gary are the same. But Gigi if you nasty. Just kidding. But on this episode, we're not only celebrating this 1 year anniversary, we're also going to recap a little bit of what came up for us for Taurus season, like what part of his predictions for last month worked out and what didn't. And then we're going to jump into what Gemini season has in store for you. You're asking, I can't tell you. You got to listen to the episode for that. So you'll have to hear what Gary has to say, because Gigi got some nuggets, got some tea. And also, we're heading into a very airy detachment, big transformation type of season. So you better embrace your duality and let's go. So share this episode with someone you might think needs help during this Gemini airy season. And if it helps them, it helps you and it helps us. So without further ado, here is me, V, and Gigi, the Vajiji.
Okay, well, listen, welcome back to the Vajiji. If you don't know, now you know, baby, okay? If you don't know, I am Gangsta Gurry, Gigi. If you're nasty, a spiritual consultant, authoress, as I like to call myself, educator based in Brooklyn, New York. And obviously, y'all know V. Okay, this is V's world. I'm just grateful to be a part of it, all right? So I'm back for another installment of the Vajiji. What's TV?
We created our own world, babe. We created our own world, the Vajiji.
Okay. Welcome.
Yes.
Gracias por estar aquí, okay? Because we speak Spanish too.
I was like, entiendes mucho, pero hablar poco.
Pues, I was going to say, don't get me started, because listen, I'll be over here rambling in Spanish and people be like, not listening to this, but no. Hi, everyone. It's good to be back. It's good to be back for a new season and for Gemini season.
Welcome back. And we're going to pop into today's reading for Gemini season. But before we do, let's do a quick little recap of Taurus season. And if y'all didn't listen to that episode, go listen to it, come back, and we're right here. How did it unfold for you? Like, I'm sitting in a lot of like things, because it was a lot of like shining lights on shadows and like feeling disoriented. Like these were the predictions, and let me tell you,
they came true.
It worked. Yes.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad to hear that. And I was actually doing my own little bit of kind of like figuring out where I was energetically before I showed up here today. And I was like, this season was actually really, really tough. Like really, really illuminating as far as I think like relationships were concerned, and like friendships, and like who's a friend, who's not a friend, who needs to be in my life, who does need to be in my life. Like trying to like start to commit to things that like work, and doing the best in order to like keep them going. You feel what I'm saying? But also just like giving yourself grace, like when you're falling short. And I feel like that's kind of like been like the major theme, like over the last like couple of weeks for me. My mood took a plummet in the middle of Taurus season. So I feel like I've just been doing a lot of work to kind of like get back from that. And I feel like that's kind of like those feelings of feeling very disoriented, you know what I'm saying? And just feeling like all of this like change is like happening. So I feel like that's kind of like what I was experiencing over here in GG universe. So
yeah, I totally get that. Like, I definitely was feeling kind of pulled away from myself, if that makes any sense. Like, a lot of changes were happening around me and also directly to me, but I felt like I was an observer. I felt like I was an observer of everything that was happening around me. And while at the same time of being, of sitting back and questioning, like, okay, but not questioning, but having a realization of like, I did all this work to manifest a certain life. Now I'm in that life. Now I can dream again and manifest more, or like being in the headspace of like, is that a capitalistic mindset? Should I keep wanting more? Or, you know, trying to like balance the like gratitude with also the like forward movement, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And I think that the only way that it works and the only way that you like get more is by staying like in that mentality of like, I deserve to have more. And I don't think it is a capitalistic like frame of mind to be operating from, to want more for yourself and also to be able to like dream and want to have dreams. Everyone has them and they always evolve and they change. I think the older that we get, and I think that the more that you are committed to dreaming and like having like, you know what I'm saying, desires that you want and not sticking to one, you know what I'm saying, like frequency, like for your whole life. I feel like that is what the experience of life is supposed to be. And that's what I think they mean when they say living life to the fullest. Like you're never stuck anywhere, like specifically. And I think that you allowing yourself to reinvent yourself, like every couple of months, every couple of years, every couple of weeks, if you fucking want to. I think it's beautiful. I think that that is like a beautiful thing to be able to have the space to be able to do, because everybody does not have the wherewithal and the emotional capacity to be able to do that. So it's a blessing if you're able to dream.
You're right.
It's a blessing if you're able to like, you know what I'm saying? Like think of what you want and work towards it and be able to like consciously put effort towards it. And I think that like, that's what this season was like lifting up for a lot of us. And I think that a lot of us were also dealing with like self-worth issues and whether or not we believe that we deserve what it is that we are dreaming of, or whether we are wasting our precious energy by dreaming. And I feel like right now, as we're getting ready to step into like this next season, it's helping us to realize like the difference. We have varying identities. You feel what I'm saying? And we have varying like modes of like operation. And I think that what we are leaving and stepping into is like the opportunity to really like embody those and like appreciate them instead of thinking it has to look one way. And I think that that's kind of like what this natural evolution is really like providing for us.
Oh my gosh, that's so on point with the last episode we had with Naomi Westwater. Is that right, babe?
Great episode. They were amazing.
About that cycle and change, like us being just like nature and having grace, like you're aligning your channel, because I feel like you channeling, baby. And it's fitting the big change right now, especially with like the astrology of everything and all the planets right now. They say the way that the planets are moving, every single planet is going to become into a new sign. And because every planet's in a new sign, it's like a huge like degree of great change. So everything is just changing. We're going from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. And also Saturn is moving into Aries. So it's like big, strong, personal change, like global transformation, not just personal, but global as well. So I'm just like, okay, change is around the corner. We've been talking about it all year.
We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. And I feel like we've just been like in prep mode for it right now. You know what I mean?
Literally.
And like, kind of like, I think like addressing like what needs to be one way, what needs to be like a separate way, and then figuring out how we ascertain ourselves closer to like making that happen, but also understanding like what needs to like be removed, because the things that we have been focused on are not the things that we could focus on as we are continuing to move forward. I literally just talked about it in therapy. Like, and I'm just calling it out. Like, some of us want to be better and some of us want to be on our bullshit still. And you cannot have both together. They do not work.
No.
And I feel like that's what we are trying to like remind ourselves of, or just like hold ourselves accountable to that. I want to be better. I'm still going to be on my bullshit some days. Like, I'm just going to be on my bullshit. But as long as you're committed to like being better and acknowledging the fact that you be on your bullshit, like, I think that that's the space to be living in right now. But know that it's really like game time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, as soon as summer.
Yeah, exactly. We've all been working on closing those doors so the new doors can open. As cliche as that sounds.
Right. It's like they be saying that all the time, but like, do the doors be closing? Do the new doors be opening? I want to know. I was told by Apple Care, the door is closed. Okay? And I need the door closed. Seriously.
Honestly.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah. I mean, if this work was that easy, the doors would be closed on other people and the growth would be happening. But people they keep like to walk in and out of the door, the same door.
Because it's comfortable. And it's like, I know what I'm going to get. You know what I'm saying? I know if there's somebody sitting in front of the building, you know what I'm saying? I know that person is sitting in front of the building. I'm not scared of them. I know what I'm going to get. I'm accustomed to it. But like, what would it be to like do something new? And I honestly, like, I say that so much, but it's so hard to like live into, especially for all my like neurospicy people out there. Like, sometimes it's really difficult to like do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to figure out my own workarounds in order to like be responsible for myself and like do the work. Cause like, who the fuck am I to be talking about other people doing the work if I'm not doing the work my damn self? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I get that.
The fact that I'm even thinking about it, the fact that I'm even conscious of it, you know what I mean? The fact that I'm even like willing to address it is part of the work as well. And I think that that is something that we have to give ourselves credit for as we are seeing ourselves grow and as we are seeing things expand as the year continues to go on. You know what I mean? Like, that's what this spirit of like great change is going to bring to us. And I feel like if you think about it, June brings like literally like the midpoint. I don't know, June, July, something like that. I don't really know because I didn't go to school for math. But if you think about it, it's the middle point of like the 2020s. Like, we are halfway through the 2020s, like the decade of like the 2020s. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we have like the back half. So this honestly to me has always felt like, okay, are you really about to be the girl that you be telling yourself that you think you are? Or are you going to keep doing the same things that you have been doing for the last 5 years? Like, it's been 5 years, boo. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you've gotten the research done. What are you going to do about it? And I think that like what the card of the month that's like upcoming in Gemini season, which I'm really excited to get into in a little bit, but I want to make sure that I set the stage appropriately for it. But I feel like the energy that we're getting ready to like step into Gemini season with is really about to make us be very conscious about the words that we choose, the things that we say, the life that we speak over ourselves and others. And if we can commit to doing that and kind of like commit to the actions that help us to stay like in a specific like frame of mind, then I think that this will help us to like move on a specific pathway forward that we have been praying for, manifesting, scribing, you know what I'm saying, speaking to our friends about for a long period of time now. But I think it's really about like whether or not you're ready for it. And I think you have to look in the mirror right now and decide if you are.
Yeah. I'm like putting on my seatbelt again from Aries season. Like, oh shit, am I ready?
Listen, because I just got finished with an upgrade and you already telling me my system is out of placement. Like, what is it called? Like, it's outdated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got an upgrade from 18.1, girl, and now you got 18.2. You just came out with 18.1 a minute ago.
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
I swore I just upgraded this shit.
Literally.
Yeah, for real.
Or I thought I did.
Right? I mean, I think that the type of people that we are, like being in that awareness and being in that constant vibe of like, okay, cool, I'm down for change. You know, where like a lot of people are like, nah, I'm cool, I'm good. Where we're like, no, there's something more. There's something more. I'm just figuring out the recipe to getting there. And as a Gemini, which I probably should share, this is going to be, you know.
Yes! Wait, when are we celebrating your birthday being?
June 9th. June 9th.
Oh.
And, you know, Geminis, we got a bad rap. We got a bad rap. But I wanted to share this one thing. I had a astrologist who was like in his 90s, who's a Gemini. I went all over the world doing astrology for people. And I was like, look, I get a bad rap. How do you answer when people call you two-faced? And he says, well, it's the thing is about Geminis, they're able to see a situation and choose both sides equally. Because most people, they pick a side. They pick a side. To be able to see all angles of it, I feel like it also helps with bigger change. Because you're able to see more points of view, and it kind of gets you out of your own way because you're like, okay, I can see where I could have been better.
It's like a level of like consciousness of self. You feel what I mean? And like also understanding that you can occupy both of those spaces. You know what I mean? I can be on this side. I can be on that side. I can show up and still be myself. Just because I'm not what you are accustomed to seeing or accustomed to hearing does not mean that I'm not being me. And I think that that's the beauty of Geminis. Like, they're going to say what they mean what they say. They're going to have a conversation with you. They have y'all got some really like juicy nuggets of like truth bomb. Do you feel what I'm saying? Because y'all are so eloquent. You all know how to speak in order to like, not just say things, but like have people listen and have people push back, have people, you know what I mean? Like try to put you down. Like y'all be going through the trenches with that. But the thing about it is like y'all are bold enough to be the speaker, and everybody is not willing to open their fucking mouth. It's hard, but y'all can do it, and y'all do it easily. You know what I mean? And that's beauty. That's like beautiful. So it's like if people could embody the energy of Gemini in that sense of like authenticity and trust, love, bonding, sisterhood, like they would really, really be able to live a more fruitful, exciting life. So it's really a choice as we are getting ready to step into Gemini season. The way that I think about it is just like, what is this season allowing you to say? We want to hear what you have to say. You don't have to hold it in. We did just go through the Scorpio full moon as well. So all of the ugly shit has been lifted up to the surface. Now it's time to address it. Because if you don't address it now, it's going to continue to plague you even longer. And is that really what you want your summer 2025 to be about? Being sad, hot and sad and quiet?
No.
I don't think so. I'd rather be happy and hot, okay? Because I'm going to still be hot. I'm going to sweat. But at least I'm going to be joyful, damn it.
And be like, I said what I said.
Okay? Take it or leave it. And like, honestly, if they can't take it, that's okay. You ain't meant for everybody. That's another lesson that I feel like Taurus season like helped unearth to like prep us for Gemini season, because you're going to have a blowout with somebody. You're going to have a conversation with somebody and y'all are not going to hear each other. And that is okay. Can you commit to working it out? And if not, basta ya. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Do you have any like questions that you're just like, think about this as Gemini season comes in? And then let's jump into this tarot card. Because I'm like on the edge of my seat, like, what's the card? What's the card?
So I love that you're excited about it. I think it's very, very, the reason why I feel very strongly about like what's on the horizon is because of the card that came out. And it feels very like BDE. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get there in a second. Before I get into what the tarot of Gemini season is going to look like, I want us to think about what this full moon in Scorpio shook up for you energetically, right? As you are looking at your relationships, as you are looking on your boundaries, as you are focusing on like healing yourself, what did this energy unearth for you like in the midst of Taurus season? And what are you saying to resolve it? Like, you can't ignore it. It's eating at you. It's bothering you. It's frustrating you. And I know I can only speak for myself. I don't really get angry a lot, like very rarely. But like when I do, it gives very much, you know what I'm saying, bitch from the Bronx. You feel what I mean? And the thing about it is like she deserves to exist. She doesn't have to be hidden. You feel what I mean? And I think a lot of us want to hide certain emotions from people. Some of us want to hide certain feelings, you know what I mean? Certain things that we're going through. And I do not think this is the time to do that. You will do yourself a disservice. What are you doing now that you know this is what Gemini season is bringing to you? And how are you applying the notes? Literally the only note that I have, say what you need to say. Be honest. And also like, don't shy away from addressing the emotions that you are not familiar with dealing with on a regular basis. It's going to be a very, very heavy feeling time. And I want you to also think about how you embrace divine attachment or divine detachment, excuse me, and embrace your own like self-transformation this season, because like every day is every day. Every day is not going to be perfect. It's really about the effort that you're putting forth right now in order to like make every day the best that you can. And if you get a couple of days in a row, see how long you can keep a streak. That's really what I think that this Gemini season is like really about. Like, what can you do? What do you do successfully? Do that. And if you don't do it successfully, that's perfectly fine too. But like, don't ignore it, because it only just becomes a bigger demon. And everything that's done in the dark comes to the light.
Divine detachment. Can you say a little bit more about that? That sounded just so ethereal, but I was like, I know it's less ethereal than my mind is making it.
The way that I interpret it personally, and there will probably be other like readers, listeners that have their own definition for it, but I think it's really just like the beautiful art of like letting go, like not taking things as seriously, like unless it is supposed to be taken seriously. Do you know how much time and energy we use putting into people, places, things, situations that do not deserve that from us? And it is what is fucking up our flow. And I think that like this is really important for you to like recognize there's another life that's out there for you to be lived. It's just time for you to go and grab it and like hold on to it. And like when you lose grip, still reach back out, because it may not be there at that very moment, but it will be there if you reach out your hand one good time and try again. But you also have to remember, like, you're not stuck in one cycle of operation. You get to choose every minute, every second of every day. And it's really about the work and the commitment that you have to honoring that and like not beating yourself up when you have a bad day. I'm talking to myself. If you're having a bad day, talk about it. Talk about it to a friend, talk about it to your journal, talk about it to your therapist, address it. Don't let it just sit there, because you'll be more susceptible to blowing up. We have a Sagittarius full moon happening during Gemini season, as well as I'm pretty sure the Gemini like new moon and stuff like that. So it's going to be kind of like, at least to me, like a very fiery, very like fun time. I see some of us really like, summer is starting. Memorial Day is right around the corner. You feel what I'm saying? So like that's when summer starts technically for the people. So it's about to get real busy, real mixy. You know what I'm saying? Go out, date, have fun. Like, I think that that is what Gemini season and like the energy of like the twins like is embodying right now. And I also feel like the other thing that kind of like comes up for me is, who do you have on your team? Who are you taking out on your team? Who are you hanging out with? Who are you doing time with? Focus on that and make sure that you enjoy and appreciate the people.
I hope I'm not doing no time in Gemini season or ever.
Listen, not that type of time. We rebuke that, okay? We ain't doing no listen. Okay, because I get it, and we are not. No, ma'am. No, sir. No ham. No pan. No collard greens. No time for that. So yes, the only time we'll be doing, listen, I was going to say, is there any good time to be doing it in Gemini season? Probably not. No, I don't think so. Unless you need a time out. That'd be the only good time. And some of us need a time out. I needed a time out.
Uh-huh.
I'm in the midst of giving myself a time out. So I feel like that's kind of like what this is like working out.
Ugh. I would go to your sermons. Just saying.
I received that. Maybe one day I'll be in somebody's little pulpit or some shit. I don't know. I do come from a praying grandmother. She does gag when I be telling her what I do sometimes. She's like, do you know the Lord? And I'm like, girl, I know Jesus. He the same Jesus that you know, but you don't know. We don't speak the same language, sister. Okay, but it's fine. Still know him. But no,
Period.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I was sitting here like, just nodding my head,
Preach on.
closing my eyes, listening.
Yes, I love that. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you so much. I'm so excited to be able to share because I know that you were wondering about this card of the month. And I'm so excited to reveal. I know we're at 25 minutes. I done gave y'all so much tea. We done gave y'all so much tea. Listen, we only got a little bit more tea. Okay, so please stick with us for this reading because it is about to bless your life. The High Priestess is the card that I ended up pulling for Gemini season. Magic, ethereal, femininity, tapping into your intuition, honoring both sides of yourself in this season, right? Like knowing that this is a season of sharing that part of yourself, acknowledging it more openly. You feel what I mean? Like, what does it mean for you to embrace your duality? When I say the word duality, what does that make you think of? I'm actually asking you, like when I say the word duality, like what does that make you think of?
Oh, multiple things. It makes me think of the feminine, the masculine in me, but also like that go-getter, but also that like, no, go camping, that like, but then like the also the duality of like, of loving the nighttime, but also loving the daytime. Like there's just so many kind of different things dichotomies that keep coming up for me that aren't supposed to go together, but they go so good together.
They go good together for you and for many other people. There are some people they don't go good together for. And you know what? Those just may not be people either A, that are committed to like understanding that everybody has like their place, or two, they're just not somebody that's like supposed to be around you. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like this is like the perfect time for us to like listen to our gut, especially when it comes to us being in community with certain people. If you don't feel safe around them to be able to share all of that with them, why are you still in community with them? And I know that's a hard pill to swallow. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't all have to feel on guard, or it's the other way of like you've given them your truth and they decide to throw it in your face or hold it over your head or talk shit to you. No, that's not what we deserve. That's not what we need. And we have had so many people in our lives since we were children not appreciate or embody or like understand. They don't appreciate. They don't allow you to have both of those like modes of operation and like thrive. There's always like some sort of like stipulation or like circumstance. And I think that the High Priestess is coming up to say, trust your inner wisdom, trust your intuition, trust your gut feelings, listen to your inner voice. You feel what I mean? Like when it comes to who you are and what works for you, and knowing that the right people and the people that love you will be committed to seeing you in every iteration of yourself. And that is what you should be spending your time around.
That's incredible.
Child, it's gonna be a crazy season.
Yeah, I think that like I learned that early on in life, just being femme-bodied but mask presenting, having to learn like how to navigate that duality in life, and having the people that embrace me and they're just like love all that duality, and then those people that are like no, it's either A or B. You can't be both. And I think that I've found that importance of the people that just hold that duality. Like sometimes I'm hella out there. I'm extroverted, but I'm also an introvert. And then having those people know that I'm not up the party all the time. I'm also Netflix and chill.
Mm-hmm.
And those people that accept all those parts are the ones that have amplified who I am. The parts that I hide from myself, they have helped me amplify those parts that I would normally hide.
Absolutely.
And it feels good.
They're committed to seeing you in your light. And that's what it is. When you are in your light, when you are living in the most authentic version of your duality, you are free. You know what I mean? Nothing can tell you are Teflon. And the people that don't understand that are, you know what I'm saying, the darkness, the darkness monsters, like the ones that try to steal the light. They're the light stealers. Like they are thieves. And it's just like, I mean, you know, Robin Hood was a thief, but he was, you know what I'm saying, a thief for the people. These are not thieves for the people. They're thieves for themselves. They are selfish. You feel what I mean? And like, is that the type of vibration? Is that the type of energy that we're going to be allowing into our space right now? Absolutely not. Gemini season is basically saying like, I'm going to call you out. Okay? Because you've been fucking with me for a minute. And I hear what you're saying with your bullshit, but you know what? I'm not even going to let you steal my joy. I'm just going to keep moving. I'm going to leave you on red. I'm going to walk away. I may say my piece as well because I owe that to myself, because who the fuck you think you're talking to? I got to get my own power back because you think you're trying to take my power. And that's not what this is. The high priestess knows who they are. The high priestess embodies the vibration of the goddess. And the goddess does not have to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? The goddess does not have to be a man. The goddess does not have to be, like, the goddess can be any iteration of that, whatever you mean. And that's why when I was coming up with like this high priestess card, I was like, this does not have to be a specific identity that somebody has always believed it to be. Yes, it values divine creation. Yes, it values divine feminine. But is that only in a specific type of body? We all have access to that. But do we allow ourselves to really embody what that means? You feel what I'm saying? Here's another thing that I also wanted to come up, because it came up in a shower meditation today while I was like thinking about this card. Someone is going to be questioning their sexuality, their identity. We're going to be having people coming out. If you think about it, like this is going to be like Gemini season, you know, June is Pride Month in like New York and everything. I feel like we're going to be having somebody's listening to this is like considering like transitioning, like, and taking their first step. You feel what I'm saying? I think that that's what this is allowing us to like embody and listen to and like emotionally hold space for, instead of like running away from it, because it's been creating a sense of dissension and like confusion and frustration and anger because we are not living in our truth. And I think that this is the time that we allow ourselves not just to live in it, but also like address it instead of hiding from it. There's nowhere to hide. And also, we're not going to drag you out. When you're ready, we will be here because we love you. But don't feel forced in order to rush the process. Do it on your own time when you feel you're ready and when you feel it's right for you. But don't lie to yourself and don't ignore the gut nudges that you are receiving in this very moment in time. They're coming up for you for a reason. So it's your part to do the work, listen to it, and unpack it in whatever way that feels appropriate.
Yeah. Find your community. Find your people that hold that tight to them as something that's very special, because it is.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You are a divine creature. You know what I mean? And like in the most like high, like the most ethereal, loving, like pure vibration, a gift, truly a gift to this planet. And I really want anybody that's listening out there that is going through something or like a situation like this, or maybe even questioning themselves. Because I also feel like there may be some people that are or have considered themselves to be gay, lesbian, like specific, like strictly like one like sexuality, that are going to be questioning that. You know what I'm saying? And trying out different things. But that don't make you any different. Like you're just enjoying life. You're trying things out. You're experimenting, and you've never made a fucking mistake. So
Period.
enjoy.
Wow, listening to you and all those affirmations, I was over here getting all warm and fuzzy inside.
Well, I'm glad I could pass the warm and fuzzy on to you today, B. It's such a pleasure to be able to do that, honestly, and just commune with you. It's always such a gift to do it.
Yeah, and it's so special because I feel all those same things about you. So it's nice to like hear them out loud, and you just word them so beautifully. And I hope that you hear those for you too, because you are exactly all of those things.
I received that, and I'm actually working on that right now. Like, that's part of like the work that I'm doing in therapy, like right now. And also just trying to do it with my friends. And I also wanted to say, I hear you, I see you, especially with just what you spoke about earlier with having to like embrace your masculinity and like your femininity, and knowing that they both have like space to exist. And that is something that I have wrestled with for like a really long time, and just like allowing myself to be, you know what I'm saying, a butch queen, and like not feeling guilty about that, or feeling like I have to like shift gears in order to be seen as like palatable or liked. Like, I can come as I am. People will either receive it in its highest vibration, in its middle vibration, in its lowest vibration, like whatever, and people will still fuck with it. And those are the types of people that like I need in my life and in my corner right now. No conditional bullshit. That's what I offer to you all out there. No conditional shit. Like, it's straight box. No funky.
Same.
You know what I mean? Like,
Same.
nothing. Like, just keep it real. Period.
Keep it vajiji.
Keep it vajiji. Okay? Hashtag that. I do want to share the writing that I gave for this, and then I feel like that'll be everything that I have for Gemini season. But I thought this would be like a great way for us to like close out the tarot reading of the season that we're getting ready to step into.
Perfect.
So, keywords for the High Priestess are trust your intuition, honor the light and dark, mystery and intrigue. The High Priestess is a card of mystery and intrigue. This card is showing up in your reading because you're being asked by the universe to focus on what's going on underneath the surface in your life right now. How are you honoring both light and darkness in your life, and molding those two aspects together to be the full version of you? You aren't all love and light, and you aren't all shadow side either. You are a perfect blend of both. And High Priestess is asking you to pay attention to both of these sides as you lean into your spiritual gifts and awareness. How are you trusting your intuition right now and listening to what your body is telling you? You may get sweats or some form of nausea when you're in a space that doesn't feel good. Trust that feeling. You may also start to get headaches when you overthink something there's no need to give that much power to. Trust that feeling. The body keeps the score, and your body is telling you a plethora of things that you're being asked to listen to right now. The High Priestess is also a card that signifies trusting the mystery of life and not needing to know everything at this current moment. Sometimes the gift is just allowing yourself to be present and to trust that the proper answers will come in the right time. There's no need for you to have control right now. Have some serenity in the fact that things are actually peaceful, and there's no need to create fire where there isn't. That's going to be the reading for the High Priestess card and for the energy of Gemini season.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you for showing up exactly the way you do, and for sharing your magic with us.
Absolutely. I'm so grateful, like, because I know that we've done this for like a couple of episodes now. This is like the 6th episode that we've done of this. And like, thank you for giving me a chance. Thank you for like choosing me. Thank you for creating community with me. Like, not just you, but everybody that's like a part of this journey that we have like had together. Like, you all have come at a very, very special time in my life, a very like weird time, but also a time where I didn't know how much I felt like we needed each other. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very grateful that we found each other when we did, and that this has blossomed into being able to work with you and also get to know your community as well. It's been such a gift. So I just have to send and extend my gratitude to you.
Oh, thank you. God,
Of course.
you are just the most beautiful speaker like ever. You are literally a gift, and you just have just upgraded my life with your presence.
Thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your life. And I'm so thankful that we've been able to do this for the last couple of episodes. I don't know what the future holds for us. Maybe I'll be back around. You never know. But it's been such a treat. I hope so too. I really do, because this has been such a beautiful journey for this season. You know what I mean? And I'm excited to see what else you all have coming up.
Yes, me too. Thank you again. And also, before you leave, you got to tell people where to find you.
Okay. If this is your first episode listening and you listened all the way through to this, thank you so much. I am Gangsta Gurry, Gangsta, Gangsta with A, because we don't do that ER Buster shit over here. I know gangster, bitch. Like, this is, girl. Anyway, Gangsta Gurry, Gurry. You can find me on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter, because I'm not calling it that other website that it's been rebranded to. I also have my own deck out, Tarot for You and Me, a queer deck and guidebook. It is celebrating its 1 year anniversary on May 28th. I'm so excited. Thank you all for allowing me the space to be able to share my pulls and stuff like that from this deck. And if you're interested, please get your own. It's crazy to think that I have a deck that's like existed for a year and like I'm a published author, like craziness. But it's a blessing and I'm thankful to be able to do it. I'm thankful to be able to have this space, to be able to do this work on behalf of queer people of color. You know what I mean? We got. So thank you for letting me share. And also, if something resonated with you, please feel free to share a comment, a like, send a DM. All of us are responsive. We would love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Gary, for being here again today. Love you so much.
Love you.
And thank you all for listening. Love y'all. Till next episode.
Peace.
Bye. Tap that follow button, give us a 5-star rating and review, and hey, your review might end up on the show. This podcast is organically grown by Rafaela Landestoy, Leah Jackson, and myself, V. Vasquez. Editor and sound designer, Leah Jackson of Puka Puka Creative. Original music produced by Basque. His music is amazing. And emotional support by our fur babies, Nugget and Pukalani.